Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and this is my UEFA Champions League Fantasy Match Week 8 final team selection. We've got this far now. We're in the second legs of the round of 16. I can't wait for this. You get 3 transfers to pick from. You have to use, well, look, you don't have to use them all, but you can't roll any transfers over. So just a quick rule for everyone. Say you use 2 transfers, you can't roll over your third transfer and have an extra transfer in the quarterfinals. It's either use all 3 transfers, or use none, or you use 1, or you use 2. So yeah, you cannot roll any transfers in the knockout stages. But I'm going to go straight into my team selection in a second. First of all, if you can please just take 5 seconds of your time to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and get your comments in and ask any questions that you have for match week 8, second legs of the round of 16. Any questions with transfers, differentials, picks, captains, whatever you have, ask all the way up until deadline, as I will be here to answer those questions for you. But let's go straight into it. I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share my current team, which is my lineup at the moment without any transfers made for now. And then I'm going to do my transfers live on this stream. So here you can see my team up front there. Harry Kane, Osimhen. The reverse legs, Spurs need to go on attack against Milan. They're at home. Osimhen is at home also to Frankfurt. Did score and win the penalty in the last leg as well. Jude Bellingham, Dortmund are 1-0 up. Chelsea are going to have to attack in that game, which will give opportunities for Dortmund to counter-attack, and it could mean points for Bellingham. I've got João Mario there at home to Bruges. Captain's armband on him for now for the first night of games. Got Zielinski in there and Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. Ivan Perisic, Lorenzo, Grimaldo, and João Cancelo. And then my goalkeeper, Vlachodimos from Benfica, and then a bench of Onana, Ruben Diaz, Vinicius Jr. and Erling Haaland. So that's my current team. No transfers made yet. I've obviously got 3 transfers, so I'll look to make them now on the stream. A couple of quick tips and points or observations from the last round. Mbappe was injured in the last game. He did come on when PSG were obviously ended up losing 1-0 at home to Munich. Mbappe did come on and have a disallowed goal. He's now fit for the second legs. So he is fit for the second leg in Munich for Paris. And then you can see Karim Benzema is not in there right now. Had a huge haul against Liverpool. They play in the second week, so they play next week. I'm probably not going to look at putting him in. That's just some early transfer news for my team, because I look at my strikers and my aim is to pick players that need to attack and need to score goals. Obviously, I want to pick players that are going to go through or have a high chance of going through as well. And I know Benzema does, and he'll probably become critical in the next round. But for now, I still want to stick with players that can get me points in the meantime. Because if you look at the core of my team, I've got the Napoli players there. I think they're going to go through. Benfica, I think, are going to go through. I've got a good feeling Man City are going to go through. Vinicius Jr. with Real Madrid too. So I'm looking pretty good in that respect. I'm probably going to need more Real Madrid players, maybe even Bayern players going into the next round, depending. Obviously, if Bayern do go through, I think Real Madrid will go through. And then I'll obviously have to work out who to pick them. But for now, this is what I'm liking. I'm liking to pick players that have something to play for, because I want to go for points. I want to attack and go for points. But look, let's do my transfers. So let's start off with my first transfer, which is actually going to be Zielinski. I know I was just talking up Napoli, but he is coming out because I want to get another Man City asset in who does really well in the Champions League. And it's going to be the midfielder who did score in the last game. Let's pick him here. He'll be quite high up. I think he's reasonably high up. There he is, 32 points. Riyad Mahrez loves to score in the Champions League for Man City. Doesn't play in the league games because they save him for the Champions League. Have a look at this, 10 points there in the last game. Okay, first couple of games he didn't play, but when he did, Matchday 3, 11 points. Matchday 6, 7. Matchday 10, Matchday 7, 10 points. I think he'll play in the second legs. I really want Riyad Mahrez in there. I think City are going to win. I think Mahrez will contribute and score goals in that game. It's going to be a shame to lose Zielinski. I like to have those Napoli players. I like to have 4 of them, but I think I'm pretty set with a Simhen, Kvaratskhelia. I do also like Lozano as well. But what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make a bold move here, because you can see I've got 0.7 million remaining. I'm going to get rid of João Cancelo. And I'll tell you why. Played half a game for Bayern Munich in the last first leg. Okay, they've got a high chance of going through. They're 1-0 up already. But I think they're going to go out. I think they're going to concede a goal. Not that they're going to go out. Sorry, I just said I think they've got a good chance of going through, but I think they're going to concede a goal. PSG are going to attack. PSG, I think, are averaging about 2.7 goals per game at the moment. So I do think that João Cancelo will concede. Might not even get the 90 minutes. So I'm going to take him out, and I'm actually going to go back to my Napoli defenders. And I'm going to bring in my 4th Napoli defender again. So let's go to Napoli for my 4th, Napoli player. And as you can see here, you've got Di Lorenzo on 55 points. I've already got him. So the next one's going to be Kim Min Jae, the central defender, for 4.5 million. He is an absolute bargain. So he's going to go straight in there. What a bargain he is. 2% selected. And just have a look at these points. 8 points, 7 points, 4 points, 7 points. I know it doesn't read too great, but you'd expect Napoli to come in this second leg, keep another clean sheet. If I get 8 points from him, just like he got there in Matchday 7, I'm going to be very happy with that. That's with 11 ball recovers, which gave him 3 extra points. Okay, he got the yellow card, but yeah, phenomenal. So he will come in for me. So that'll be my second transfer that I will be making. And then my third one, it was difficult because I looked at my team and I thought, what else can I improve? Harry Kane, does he leave? Do I bring in Mbappe? I think PSG will score. He's highly owned. He's the man for PSG. But if Bayern do go through because they are winning 1-0, then it means that's a transfer out, and I've got to find a way to remove Mbappe. I know I want to attack points, but I also think Benzema, Madrid, high chance of going through. Put him in now. Get him in there, pre-done. That's another option. But Real Madrid play next week. What if he picks up a knock? What if they don't start him in that game? They're 5-2 up. I think they will start him. It's the Champions League. But I'm going to stick with Harry Kane. He's a differential right now. 6% owned. Okay, his points haven't been great in this Champions League. But when he did play here in match week 4, 3-2 win against Frankfurt, assist and a goal scored, a penalty earned, and a penalty missed, so he could have had more points. And I think if Spurs are going to go through, they're going to have to attack. They're going to have to look to score goals. They need at least 2 goals to go through and a clean sheet, which is why I've still got Ivan Perisic in there. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to keep Harry Kane. I'll obviously be hiding behind the sofa next week if he blanks, gets knocked out, and then Benzema is obviously playing. But if Spurs do go out, I'll just take him straight out for Benzema. Or Mbappe if PSG go through for the next round. But that's something I'll deal with. I think my strikers will be, kind of my fix in the quarterfinals. Harry Kane for either Mbappe or Benzema, depending on how the draw looks and depending on how the fixtures go. So currently, as you can see, I've got the 2 transfers right now. I thought about removing Jude Bellingham, but he's the 3rd highest point scorer in the game. I know he didn't score in the first leg. If you just have a look at this, there's just too many points that he scored. Goals scored, ball recoveries. There's just too much in there. Assists, 2 ball recoveries, man the match. I just feel if he scores a goal in this game and Dortmund hold out for a 1-0 win, I'm going to really be kicking myself if I transfer out Jude Bellingham. And then if he doesn't do well on the first night, I've got plenty of players on my bench that I can transfer him out for anyway at this stage. So, yeah, I don't want to. I looked and I even thought about making just the 2 transfers, maybe even just making the 1. But I am going to make a 3rd, and then this is quite a bold move. So if you look at Onana here, the keeper, he's 5 million. He did get a clean sheet in the first leg. He plays Porto away, and what I'm thinking of doing, So if you look at him here, 7 points, he's had a 6 there, a 5, a 6, a 5. So he's very, very consistent. But the reason I'm looking at bringing him out is because I want to pick a goalkeeper in the next round that's definitely going to go through. Or else, because you can't roll these transfers over, I will end up losing transfer. And if, Spurs go out, Dortmund go out, Benfica somehow go out, or Napoli, I'm going to have to make a lot of moves. So I think I'm going to go for another number 2 keeper. Vlachodimos hopefully keeps a clean sheet early, and I won't need to bring my second keeper in. And the 2 players I'm looking at that I've considered is between these 2. So the first one is get another Real Madrid player in there and look at Thibaut Courtois, because Madrid are halfway in, 3/4 of the way in to the quarterfinals. 9 points in that 5-1 game here, did save a pen, was injured early on, a couple of 7-pointers in the early match days. Liverpool are scoring goals at the moment, so that's where I'm kind of worried. The next option, so I could go to Dortmund, I could go to Porto, but their games are just a lot closer. I know City are drawing the game, and they could still go out. They've gone out at this stage. Down the years, have struggled in the Champions League for the most part in the knockouts under Guardiola. I could also go to Ederson at 6 mil. And I could then have that extra City player. He's been pretty consistent as well with 6s and 6s and 6s and a 3. So it's a tough choice. But I think what I'll do, because if I look at it, I am going to look at putting Benzema in the next round. I've got Vinicius Jr. as well. I think just looking at this with my 3 Man City players already, in case they do go out, I think I'm going to have to go with Courtois. Let's get him ready in there, because he could still end up with a good draw in the next round. Madrid are pretty much through, unless there's a miracle. Liverpool did win 7-0 in the Premier League against Man United on the weekend, which was a miracle. But yeah, let's go with Thibaut Courtois. I think I need to get that extra Real Madrid coverage in there as well. So that's my 3 transfers. There's still 0.5 million in the bank. So let's just go next. Let's confirm these transfers. I've played my wild card. I've played my limitless. Mahrez in for Zielinski. I think City have got a lot to play for. I think he'll score. Ki Min-jae. I like Cancelo, but I think PSG are going to score. So Kim will come in there. I think he'll get us a clean sheet. And then Courtois in for Onana. I do think Inter are going to go through, but Courtois is someone I'm going to want more longer term, as I've got a feeling Madrid are probably going to go all the way again this year. So let's confirm my transfers. Let's start from top to bottom. Harry Kane and Osimhen. In midfield, Jude Bellingham, João Mario, Kvaratskhelia, Riyad Mahrez, and the captain's armband is on Joe Mario for the first night of games. Ahead of Bellingham, I think it's a good fixture for Mario. And then night 2, it will go to Harry Kane if Mario does not deliver the goals. Defense, Perisic, Kim Min-jae, Di Lorenzo, and Grimaldo. So I'm really relying on that Napoli defense, as well as Vlachodimos in goal. So I've got some Benfica love too. And then on the bench, Courtois, who I've just signed, Ruben Diaz, Vinicius Jr., and Haaland. So got some players that I can bring on late in the day. Haaland's always a really good last-minute captain for the last set of games. Ruben Diaz, Vinicius Jr., great player to have in there, and Courtois. So that is my team. I've got 0.5 million in the bank. I've used all 3 transfers. It's the UEFA Champions League second legs, match week 8. So much to play for. As I've said, if you've got any questions, you want to know what transfers to make, the best captains, you want to ask me about any differentials, let me know in the comments. Before I go, like I said at the start, 5 seconds, you can just please like this video, subscribe if you are new here, and I will see you all in the next one. Good luck for match week 8. It's going to be absolutely huge. There's some really, really big ties. There could be a couple of shocks as well, so brace yourself for some potential shocks. I will see you all in the next one. I'm FPLMattDay. Bye for now.